Okay, hello YouTube, whoever may be watching. Keeping up with the Revelations coverage. This is related, having to do with Earth's core. Congress announcing that Earth's core has stopped and may be reversing direction, study says, which my ex-wife, Becky Baird, can confirm. I not only was talking about the pole shift along with all the rest of the truthers on YouTube, but I predicted it would go to Siberia, and this is Marfoogle TV here. I am totally kind of ripping them off, I understand, but as part of my content, I have to take from other sources. Much respect, and all this goes to them and their sources. And God, obviously.
I bet some of you probably wanted to go to your family member and go, see, look at this. Earth's core has stopped and may be reversing direction, study says. It says the surprising finding might solve long-standing mysteries about climate and geological phenomena. And by the way, they're saying that this could be an explanation, or this could make everything even worse as far as our weather, all of this. But the thing I think of is, I think of pole shift, which so many people have talked about. And when you have so many people talking about something, usually there is an ounce of truth to it. If you have so many people that just won't let it go, normally it's been true. Half of the rumors online, not the crazy ones like, oh,
it is my privilege and honor to bring you guys this coverage through the sources that I see.
Are ones that people never went quiet about. I mean, even people talking about aliens sightings.
These prophets of the modern era.
Now, finally, it's gotten to the point where Congress and everybody else, they actually have to say that they're doing something about it, right? If you have so many people saying something, then it might just have kind of an ounce of truth in it. Well, today they pulled out that the Earth's core is stopped. Dex, do you want to break down how this works and what the heck?
Well, they're using some sort of seismological studies that they use to look at, or I guess try to detect what is happening between the layers of Earth. And one of the things that this study found was that the rotation has almost come to a complete stop. And then as they've looked at this over time, they're suggesting that this actually may be a cycle in which it starts to then reverse its rotation, and it does this and it goes back and forth over some period of time. If this, and keep in mind, the core is the core. It's the center. It's not the part that makes the magnetic our magnetic field. The magnetic field comes from the outer crust and core that's moving around that center core, and that outer core that's moving around is also what's making that core move. So it's kind of interesting how.
Okay, and when the center stops and starts turning the other direction, what will happen is the mesosphere and or lithosphere, the crust will spin. It'll slow down. It'll affect the weather. And then when it starts going the other direction, it will send, because it's stopping, but the crust isn't stopping. So sooner or later, the spin of the crust will catch up and snap, go the other direction. Sudden.
How the dynamics, at least to the best of their
or slow.
knowledge, how they being scientists try to explain this to us. But that's what they're suggesting, is that that what they're seeing is the core is something that actually does rotate, but it does come to a stop and start rotating the other way, or at least that's what they're suggesting from this research that they've been putting together.
And by the way, the plot to 2012 is that they discovered that the seismic activity of the Earth's surface has shifted, right? And I swear in that movie they said that the core stopped or something. And there's been a few movies that talk about how
they always tell us what's coming ahead of time in the media, right? In the movies.
Is that somebody said? And I almost named this show the day that Earth stood still, but I literally wanted to put.
You can figure out there.
This was not clickbait. They're literally telling us that the Earth's core has stopped.
Ow.
And one thing that my
Happened.
few family members pointed out, and my personal family, said that everybody in the last few days has just been absolutely nuts. People have been driving and cutting people off and following close and just really
Acting crazy.
acting super crazy. And it's not a full moon.
Aggressive.
Normally on a full moon, that's it's like, oh, it's a full moon tonight. But it's been like that for the last few
Sorry
days.
about the
And I wonder if
shaking.
it has
I
anything
don't
to
have a
do
tripod
with this.
here.
I don't know, but it seems like something is up here. As far as I have a tweet here, Dex, I do have that, right? I sent it to you. And, where do I have that link?
You grabbed it out of.
Oh,
Yeah, you
right.
grabbed it out of screen.
Okay, so let me see if I can put this on here. Oh, no, is that the one I sent you? Shoot. Hold on, I'll try to send
Yeah, see, I try to make it concise and cut just to kind of keep track of some of the individual events that are in line to support my assertion that this is the biblical times of Revelations.
Supposedly is,
The future of fire
And they got to
starting
throw a
is here.
commercial in on
It
me
doesn't
here.
even require a flame. Stop relying on cheap lighters and fire starters when you need fire. This breakthrough plasma arc lighter.
keeping the planet together, right? I mean, how is this not the most giant thing in the planet? Literally.
Talk about how the
says, Mike, Curb Creeper, we're all handpicked for this time. Priscilla R, the 5th gen.
we're gonna back up a little bit here. It doesn't hurt to chop up the information anyway, because I don't want it to get
no, is that the one I sent you? Shoot.
I'm using his information, but as you can see, nowhere near his whole show. Usually I like to include more than one.
Big event for all of the weird things. What if all of the huge events and the life-changing events that the people at the very top are putting us all through, what if they think they are actually, and I'm just saying hypothetically, what if they think they're doing something good because that we're too stupid to find out it would be absolutely
That's trailing the magnetic North Pole
so
as it shifts towards
Siberia,
where I predicted years ago. Actually, I think
DHS, when I showed you last year, and by the way, there's a lot of these little things.
Yeah, I caught that online, but that was
DHS is getting together like mass fatality tracking
one of many potentials.
They're having this whole big thing about having a communication system, a broadband communication system,
but the one that seemed right.
Cell towers. They're practicing without power. They're practicing without GPS. It's like what is actually about to go down? That's my question. What do you guys think is actually happening? Do you think that this is nothing? They're probably going to say, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's just the Earth's core, the thing."
The magnetic center of the planet. Yeah, no big deal. It doesn't matter if you don't want it to, so that you can worry about whatever you want to, no matter what's happening.
How is this not the most giant thing in the
planet? A lot of people doing that these days.
Cerna Strangelets says, Mike, Curb Creeper, we're all handpicked for this time. Priscilla R,
some people
5th
are
gen
wise.
And 6th gen, all bad. The core stops, we fried, literally. Mary Miles says pole shift. Quig says the new moon. Jay Sansing says pole shift. The globe.
Matt says pole shift.
Hence the loss of agriculture. Well, by the way, think about it. Why is what's his face buying up all the farmland? Why is Mr. Bill buying up all of the farmland? Why are they fighting over UKR right now? Well, UKR does have something extremely valuable. You know that, right? It has some of the best soil in the world for farming. If you control the food, you control the people. Just so you know.
That is true.
Let's see here. Maybe the film corps was showing us New Madrid is about to go off. By the way, will this affect seismic activity? We're already overdue.
Yellowstone's gonna pop. Cascadia subduction gun's gonna go.
An event that people will never forget. The world will be watching us here in the Pacific entire West Coast has a tsunami 120 feet high. That's pretty big. Like,
Yeah.
imagine what you felt like when you were watching Japan, only it's the entire West Coast. And imagine a 9.0 earthquake going from Canada all the way to California. That's huge.
Yep.
That could happen.
Yeah.
Yellowstone. Is this going to affect Yellowstone?
All of these
Is
could
Yellowstone
happen.
gonna
I
do
suspect
bad
Yellowstone will,
before?
and so will
I
Cascadia.
don't know. Like, what do you,
Like, apparently soon.
what are the ghost cities for, right?
If
Maybe
that
the
just
ghost
happened,
cities
and
are
it
because they
did,
don't
according
know
to the
what the heck
government,
is going to happen, and they're building all these extra places. So if one place is destroyed,
all this is getting ready to happen.
they'll be able to go somewhere else. And then, by the way, the plot to the 20,
Yeah,
the
get
movie
ready.
here, right? What's crazy is it says has shifted the Chinese
Get up,
coast
elevate it,
1,500 miles east.
and away from the coast,
The
if
Earth's
possible.
surface has shifted the Chinese coast.
If not,
1,500
make
miles.
sure you're good with God, and or
I
you're
wonder if
whatever
that
you
makes any
think
sense as far as, like,
yourself,
where
I
ghost
guess,
cities are, 'cause
if it's
ghost
not
cities are out and about.
some
Nobody lives
universe
there. There's
around
just
you.
millions and millions of units and homes and houses that nobody lives in. Whole cities that are just completely
He likes to
empty or
postulate.
taken care of, and they're building more.
I respect this guy. This is the main news guy, honestly.
Places in the world. They're making a mini France. They're
Him and
making
Dex
a
have
mini
been
Jackson Hole, or I think it was Jackson Hole.
representing for 20 years easy.
Dex, do you think that?
Nah, 10 years
Do you
easy.
have any, like, you didn't have so much as a, I feel like we're about to find out what's happening. I feel like we're about to find out
I
something
agree.
is way worse going on. And the WW3 is like the least of our worries. That's like struggling for who gets what. But what do you think? I know you don't think it's like the end of the world or anything. It's more like,
Well, no, it would change the
said it's a
global
cycle?
map and stuff.
think it's a cycle.
Well, that's what
Yeah,
they
it's
claim.
the end of
And
the
it's
shape,
not
geological
big.
shape
And
of this
what are they
world, end of the
telling
world,
us
and
that
the
maybe the scientific
geology will
community
change, and will
that's been doing the
geopolitics
research on this,
and
I
the
guess
living
that's,
standards and stuff for a lot of people
that's what we have to consider
in a major
is,
way.
how did they test it? This is something new. They're making a claim that's not been made before, or at least they're making a claim specifically that it has stopped, which is pretty significant. So yeah, I mean, and what are those effects? And is that really
January
I know a lot of
23rd.
people are suspect of this because they're like, oh, the core stops, everything falls apart, but that may not actually be as true. And plus, it's also, again,
Well,
like I said earlier,
it
it's
could
not
be
the
a gentler
magnetic,
process
um,
that just has
the
weird
geomagnetic
weather
fields
and
that
stuff.
comes from outside the core, from the other layer that moves around. It's kind of interesting. It's something that I don't think that we have spent a lot of time studying. I'm sure we've spent a lot of time studying, but it's not something that we've got just a ton of insight on in the scientific world about exactly how the core of the Earth works. There's a lot of theories, there's a lot of information. We've done certain things and certain tests, but this one's kind of, they're claiming that the claim is a big claim, but at the same time, if they're claiming it's a 60 to 70 year or something like that cycle, then it means we've done this before. So what happens? Like, how do they go back and look at the
Well, for the other news, check with these guys. They watch their show, Marfoogle News, Marfoogle
Can you
TV.
draw conclusions to
You know,
significant seismic activity?
They cover a lot of stuff, not just this. I'm overlooking the or the politics because it's just a show to distract people from what's actually being done and what's actually happening. So rather than really give that much note, I'm focusing on the hard, in my opinion, evidence
To be a really big thing
towards building confidence for preparing for ultimately whatever may come.
Just popped out of nowhere. It's definitely sus that the first, was it Vice that was the first one to come out with this? Because I know they also came out with that clip of.
They didn't come out. I mean, they came out with the article, but
Vice is the
research.
organization.
The research comes from a group.
I know, but why didn't anybody cover it? Why was Vice the first one to cover it?
Yeah, it was Nature Geoscience is who did it. I think. Wait, I may be looking at the wrong.
So Nature
one. But yeah,
Geoscience.
there was a study that had come out from someone else, from a university, I believe.
Huh.
Somebody said that the last one happened 180. That was in the chat. 180 years ago.
Yeah, there's
Well,
older research
what
that
happened
made me
180 years
believe that
ago?
that
We'll
would
look
be the
into it.
case
What do you guys think?
years ago.
I mean, this wasn't the big news until it popped out of nowhere, because there's plenty more. We have, of course, the weirdest stuff going on. Going back to that first piece though, just for a second, because I know a lot of people came in late. Like at least 1,000 more people are here. Going back to the first piece, so we covered how there were the anti-air missile systems put on the rooftops of
Yeah, he's
Moscow.
getting back into politics, like I said. Good. Check him out. I just wanted to share that with my mental note slash all of 20 so followers. So thank you, you guys. Love and peace. Have a good night, good day, good evening, whatever the case may be, wherever you are when you see this. That out.